part 3 and then something in the final chapter, and because I never watched anything past part 3. But I said, really? And then cut to like 2 months later, I've called up the union and I'm getting a nice check from Paramount. Nice big fat check from Paramount.
Good deal.
Yeah, because nobody asked if they could use it.
So you weren't getting paid this entire time for their usage of that
I
material?
got a nice check because they it was back pay. And then another time they used a clip of me on the Tonight Show, and my sister told me about that, and nobody paid me for that, and then I got a good amount of money for that too. Yeah, so they weren't so forthcoming about using clips of me. You know.
Yes.
Yes, I got 3. So first one is, how were your experience? Like, what have you learned on experiences on set?
What do you mean? What do you?
Like experiences that you had, like on a movie set. Like, what have you learned? Like life lessons that you learned on.
Something important.
Be kind.
Yes.
Be kind. Don't be an asshole. Be professional.
Yeah.
Patience.
And what movie do you wish you could have remade or starred in?
I auditioned a bunch of times for Northern Exposure, and I still wish I had gotten that part.
And then how about your favorite horror movie character or horror movie you wish you could have been in?
My favorite era?
Yeah.
That'd be Jenny, I think, from part 2. And what I could have been in?
Yeah.
You know, I don't really feel like I was dying to be in other horror movies. Nothing against them, but anybody else?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe with Anthony Hopkins and Silence of the Lambs. That film was deep. So that would have been cool to have done something there.
That's a good one. I love that one.
I mean, I read for a lot of great films. I mean, I don't know what the hell happened, but I read for Endless Love. You know, and then Mark Hewitt got it. I was going to school with Chris Atkins.
Oh, wow.
Randy Kleiser put him in Blue Lagoon. I mean, so I was reading for good stuff. But it's hard. You're out here and you're running around with your resume and you're reading and reading and reading. And it's a big letdown. You don't get it. And you might go back to New York and you might try to do something else, rediscover yourself. And what else could I try to tackle on the journey? You know, because
Freddy, maybe like if they did a remake.
and they were changing everybody in the scope and dynamic of Friday 13th as it went on and on and on. I didn't even talk about it for years until one day lined us all up on Good Morning America, and they had all the changes. It was good. I meet C.J. Graham the first time. I forget who was the anchor of Good Morning America at that time. You would know. We have to get that film clip. That'd be fun to have play it as a.
That would
Peter
be fun.
Jennings. Peter Jennings?
No, he was easy.
No, it was one of the ladies.
Not the morning. He was easy.
Joan.
Joan London.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, because it was a big drama. Like, well, who are all these people? What are they doing today?
Yeah.
So that became a good conversation. Well, what are they doing today? And it was a great story.
John, you reminded me, talk about the scenes being used. There was a movie with, probably in the mid-'80s, with Sally Field and Burt Reynolds, and it cuts to, their relationship was troubled, and they had gone on a date, and it turned out that the movie they were going to see, it was just the worst movie and the worst scene, and it was just so awful.
Sure, movie.
And it was me! And it was my scene. And I guess my dad was at a movie theater watching this movie, and that was the whole setup, that this is their date and they're on this movie, and then this horrible scene.
Did you get paid?
I don't remember if I did. I don't remember. But that was my scene. You know, they picked like the scene that they thought would just be really bad.
Did you get a raspberry?
I don't even know. I can't remember.
I mean,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
they may still, but I think they just finished production. When she was just saying, they called Amy and I about using a clip of us in Mean Girls. And I think Amy was in the original one. And they wanted maybe both of us to be in the new one.
I think it's on hold because
That's a good story. That's a story with no end.
they're in Mean Girls. They want to use a couple of our scenes.
Oh,
Anybody
I
have
think
any
it's
other
on
questions?
hold though, because I don't
Does
know.
anybody have any other questions?
Yeah.
Let's see if anyone else.
Well, maybe they wanted to do the thing where you're coming in the window.
They want that, but they
Did you know
Is-
what was they were gonna use? I had no idea.
Is Paul alive?
Well, I'm here.
Not John. Is
I'm
Paul?
older, but is Paul alive? Well, I was telling you earlier that he's just, people ask me that all the time, and the movie, I don't know how to answer it because it was sort of left as a cliffhanger, so you wouldn't know what happened to
If the
Paul.
price is
Because
right,
truthfully,
Paul is
Steve
back.
told me at one point they were gonna maybe want to have Amy back and me back, and obviously that never happened, or she came closer to it than me, obviously, but yeah, no, it just was sort of left up in the air for the audience to decide, and that's exactly what you see on film is exactly what was shot. Nobody changed anything, that's how they meant it to be, because I know a lot of fans say, I've heard things like, I got in a fight with Steve and I walked off the set, and none of that's true. It was shot just like you see it. That's just like the script was. That's how they want it, So when she says, "Where's Paul?" The audience is going, "Where's Paul?" Yeah, I guess, right? That's the best I can tell you. Yeah.
I always remember watching part 3, and I remember like the newscast told how many bodies there were, and I remember going through this with my friends and my mom and Aiden when I was watching it with, right? When I was like 8, and counting up all the victims to see if you were in it or not.
Oh.
But I cannot remember what the conclusion was because it was so long ago. But I remember doing that.
Well,
Yeah,
I always like to leave something open for the next one to come back.
but just in case an out. Okay.
Okay. Anybody else?
Anyone else out there? All right, I have some more. Okay, so
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, we're done. Okay.
couple more minutes. So a lot of
I'll tell you, I'm
us.
done.
A lot of
I'm
us are like
exhausted from these people.
super obsessed with Friday the 13th as a whole. We all have our favorites, but most of us have seen most of the installments many, many, many times in our lifetime. Is there a movie that you guys are obsessed with that you will watch over and over and over again?
You know what? That's funny you said that because I can turn on Shawshank Redemption at any fucking point in that movie and just sit there and watch it to the end. It's crazy. And
Yes.
I've probably watched that movie, parts of it 10 times, and the whole movie, 3 or 4 times. That just came at the top of my head. Anyway.
I can watch any of the classics. Dr. Zhivago.
Yeah.
I love Gladiator. That's really inspirational. The Bond films, we'll always watch them and they're fun. Because as a young man, then you identify with that hero. It's kind of fun hero. Keep watching it.
Not yet?
No. Chitty Bang.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, really?
No, I'm not a huge movie or TV watcher. I'm just not. So I'm sitting with it. But once it's on, I just watch. But I haven't even seen Barbie.
Either.
Nobody here has.
Barbie.
Yeah.
I was like,
No, I haven't seen Barbie. But since you are in the industry, when you watch a movie, do you pick it apart? Oh my God, the lighting's terrible. My husband was in the military and he flew attack helicopters. So anytime he watches a war movie and there's an attack helicopter in it, he picks it apart. Do you guys do the same thing watching a movie?
I don't know. I kind of try to be like you, just an audience member who knows nothing about anything. And sometimes I find it distracting when movies have like a lot of people that I know, like
Yeah.
stars, like 6 or 7, or obviously they're going to have 1 or 2, to sell it or whatever, But that gets distracting too. But no, I don't try to pick them apart. Doesn't mean I like them, but I don't try to pick them apart when I'm watching them. No. You
I mean,
guys?
I can get really distracted by really bad lighting, and really bad acting, and really bad dialogue.
Yeah.
For sure, I can just be really judgmental and terrible. But I hope that when I don't get distracted, when it's just kind of mesmerizing, that I love.
hate when they
Yeah,
make.
bad acting, and you look at it and go, how the hell did they get that part? Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I don't want your feet to get excited.
No.
They're leaving.
No, I was just saying, I can't stand movies that make the news reporters, like obnoxious and
Oh.
aggressive and unethical, and they sneak across the crime scene tape when they're not supposed to. That does, I mean, yes, there's a lot of jerks that are making a lot of money, as reporters, but mostly that's so wrong, and it never happens, and you don't sneak into a crime scene, overnight, or it just doesn't, and that annoys me.
Oh, I know another movie I can watch over and over again. This is crazy, but I love Ace Ventura. I could just watch that movie like anytime, pick it up halfway. Great. Yeah.
Tracy, on a similar thing to what my mom asked was, well, you were a reporter. Do you ever watch other reporters on the news and go, I could do that better?
No, not at all,
No.
not at all. And you know, it's funny, because I was really local news is what I did, but I don't watch local news at all anymore. I you know, read about, I'm a news hound, so my knowledge of pop culture ended in the 80s when I became a news reporter, and all I watched was news and listened to news. My music ended in the 80s, so anything since then, I have no clue who they are, because all I did was listen to the news radio, but
Are you getting a little bored listening to Don about
oh
Donald?
God.
Yeah, 'cause that's pretty much 90% of the
I
news
know.
right now.
Well, that's why I don't watch
You
local.
watch The View?
No,
Oh.
I don't watch local news at all.
Well,
Yeah.
about that.
And it's all my friends, but I don't.
I'd like to attack The View. Jason goes to The View. God, where do you start? On the left side or the right side?
All right, I have one more rapid
All
question
right.
before we let you guys go. I would love to know who inspires you, either personally or professionally.
Oh, wow. Well, my wife inspires me.
Aw,
She's,
good.
she's been an actress for a long time, and she did it before I did, and she did it earlier, and she's really good, and, you know, she inspires me. She was on General Hospital, and she's out there. She's got a lot of credits, but, yeah.
30-some years, right? You two been together?
We've been together for, 32 years, and we met on a TV series
That's so
called Bay City Blues, about a Bochco series about minor league baseball players. Shot in the Valley, they built a stadium and everything. Remember that show?
That was a good show.
It was a good show. A lot of people were in it too. Sharon Stone was in. I was trying to get Patrick Cassidy was married to Sharon Stone, and I was a sports agent, and I was trying to get him into the show, the big leagues, you know, and she didn't want him to do it necessarily, and then, you know, yeah, it was fun. It was a fun show. Yeah, good show. And Denise was like the Susan Sarandon part in what was the baseball movie she did? Bull Durham. She was sort of like the town, you know, the team sort of slut. Yeah. And so that was fun. Yeah. And Bochco, I did a bunch of those Bochco shows. I did, you know, not Hill Street Blues, I did NYPD Blue and LA Law and all those shows, all those Bochco shows.
CSI? You did CSI?
Yeah, but that's not Bochco, but I did do a CSI.
It's a good show.
I'm just, my kids, my kids are just,
What's your grandkid?
I have a 17-month-old grandson.
Way cool.
Yeah, oh my God. But my kids my daughters are 34 and 36, and I don't know, they just, when I'm around them, I'm just kind of lit up, because you never know what's gonna happen and what's going on in their psyche and where they want to go, or what they're disappointed in, or what I don't know, so it's always interesting to me.
Starts with your shrink, right?
Yeah, my shrink. No, actually, I go blank, because it's like I'm watching a movie.
Who inspires me?
Their
I got a mix. I was said, I'm inspired by my son. He's 24, so I'm proud of him. Acting wise, I'm loving some of these stunts that Tom Cruise has pulled off, and I keep putting myself going, God damn, how in the hell did he do that? How the hell did he do that? And particularly, they fired the stunt guy in because he insisted he was going to do that stunt. He's going off, and then I asked myself, God, how the hell does he do that? Or whatever.
He's a
And
superhero.
And he's not 30 anymore.
God damn, and what he did in Top Gun, I'm just inspired by it, and I love everything the military's doing. It's very inspirational, the whole thing. I play polo, so some of the guys I play with, they're very inspiring to me, because now, I try to keep up with them, some of these Argentine studs. I'm like, God damn. How the hell is he doing that? Anyhow.
Awesome. Anything else to add, Secretary?
No, it's funny, when you asked that question, my phone rang, and it was my 18-year-old son calling me. And I just talked to him. He wanted to know what time I was coming home, to make sure I'm okay. Yeah, but his girlfriend was over, and he wanted to know what time I was coming home. So,
He could be in trouble.
yeah, it's so funny. It's like, you're not checking up on me. You don't really, you just want to know what time I'm walking in the front door. Yeah, that was my son inspired me.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
All right, everyone, give it up.
Yeah.